Get the latest movie reviews, Hollywood news, and inside views. It's time for Behind the Screens with Lights, Camera, Jackson on 107.7 GNA.
Here he is. He's our buddy. He's our friend, professional film critic. Lights, Camera, Jackson takes us behind the screens every Friday morning at this time. Good morning, Jax. How are you, buddy?
I'm great. It's great talking with you guys. It's meant to be. Clearly, it's meant to be that I'm talking with all of you.
It is meant to be.
It'll be.
So, the Amy Schumer has a new film out, and it's kind of getting mixed reviews. I know that you want to talk about that. Let's start, though, with Super Troopers 2. Please tell me what this movie is. I got to be honest, I have no idea.
It's about Vermont Highway Patrol officers. If you saw the first Super Troopers movie, that came out in 2001, so it's been 17 years.
Wow.
I did the double feature yesterday, which started at 4:20 p.m., and it was fun. I had not seen the first Super Troopers yet, so I wanted to see the first one before the second one, and they're both equally funny movies. If you're a big fan of the first film, which has kind of become a cult hit over the last 17 years, you're going to really like what they've done with this sequel. All the guys from the first movie are back, all the cast members, including Brian Cox as well, and even Linda Carter shows up, and Rob Lowe joins the cast of this second movie. And it's goofy, it's funny, the antics, the gags, the lines are just, they're funny. They make you smile. They make you feel positive. So go to Super Troopers 2, enjoy it, but try to see the first one if you can.
All right, excellent review.
All right.
I'm glad that you liked it. And talk to us about the Amy Schumer movie, I'm So Pretty. Is that the name of it?
Yeah, I Feel Pretty. I Feel Pretty. So basically, she's playing the same character she seems to play in every movie. She's insecure about herself, about her body. She can't get a boyfriend. But then, in this case, she's on an exercise bike, and she falls, and she hits her head, and then all of a sudden she goes crazy in thinking she's the most beautiful woman in the world. The plot seems a little extreme. I feel like, that they just tried to craft a plot around Amy Schumer just to get her a starring role in a romantic comedy, trying to get some social messages in there. It has gotten mixed reviews. I don't think it looks particularly funny, and I don't think it's going to make a lot of money this weekend.
Just like Shallow Hell. You've seen that movie, right, Jackson?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Jack Black. And you know what? Doesn't Darius Rucker have a cameo in Shallow Hell?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. He might. But what my point is it's the same premise. He falls, he hits his head, or something happens to him, and then he sees every woman as a beautiful woman. It's just like the opposite role of Shallow. He should have been in it. Jack Black should have been in it, and he's just been like, hey, come date me, because she pretty much plays one of the beautiful women.
Right, there you go. So, yeah, it's not a new original plot, and again, she's playing the same character over and over again. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to connect with audiences. And look, with Avengers coming out this weekend, this movie, I Feel Pretty, and so many others have had to switch around dates so much, release dates, that it's only going to get one weekend to make a little money before Avengers just comes in and dominates the world.
And when did you say Avengers is next weekend, right?
It is next weekend.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be May 4, but they moved it up 1 week to time out so that it comes out around the world on the same day.
And speaking of Chris Pratt, who, by the way, has been doing amazing stuff for Jacob Monday here locally.
Yes.
He also stars in the new Jurassic World film, right, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And I know they just put out a new trailer the other day. Not a huge fan of this new trailer, not a huge fan of the first movie. I liked it but didn't love it, and was so surprised that after I came out of the first movie and then looked at the box office from Friday and saw how it did over the weekend, that it broke records. It made more than $200 million opening weekend. And I remember talking with Frank, who owns the Hollywood Drive-In. The Hollywood is open this weekend along with the Malta. Please go. I talked with Frank, and he was like, we couldn't believe it. We had several hundred cars in the lot, and we had to turn more than 50 cars away on opening night for Jurassic World because it was so insane. The traffic was unbelievable. It was just chaos. So as I stress on these phone messages for the drive-ins, you got to get there early, especially when these big movies like Avengers and Jurassic World come out this summer. Got to get to the drive-ins and the regular theaters early.
You know, the reason why those movies like Jurassic Park, and then even when Jurassic World, the reboot a couple years ago, there's something magical about just seeing like dinosaurs and the way it may have happened.
Realistic.
And it looked fantastic, right? So I was watching the trailer for the one that's coming out. What's the new one this summer coming out? called? Jurassic World what?
Fallen Kingdom.
So, like, it's centered around a particular dinosaur, Blue
really?
or something, that has, like, higher intelligence.
Did you see the last one?
No.
Oh, then.
I know, but, like, it's in the
But, like,
trailer.
when will it end?
In the trailer, it gets, like, kidnapped, and then it's, like, in the circus, and it's, like, doing... I'm like, it's so stupid. Like, you've totally dumbed down.
Not really.
And you've got... Well, hang on, Jess.
Well, because it's just what before you go, because the first movie is also surrounded around that character, the Blue as well. So you see, there is a bond there that was set up in the first movie that you may have missed.
You don't need to create a tremendous amount of character depth for a dinosaur. We just like seeing dinosaurs, and we like seeing where they could have possibly
You're comparing
lived.
it to Jurassic Park, which we loved as kids. So
remember the first time you saw Jurassic Park, and like they opened up those big doors and they took you in, and you saw the brontosaurus or whatever. You were like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see what happens when one joins the circus.
You just want to see Chris Pratt in action, and you want to see the mechanisms surrounding the park and the world themselves, which they gave a little bit of in the first Jurassic World movie, but it's a different director this time. They want to go in a slightly different direction.
Jackson, great stuff as always. If people want more from you, my man, how do they do that?
At lights-camera-jackson.com right now is my review of Genius Picasso. It's season 2 of Genius, the miniseries on National Geographic Channel. It premieres this Tuesday with Antonio Banderas as Pablo Picasso. I've watched the first 4 episodes already. Go to the website right now for my review. You can watch it Tuesday night at 9 o'clock.
Lights, Camera, Jackson. Thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye. Thanks.